Willow, congrats on your century. Tell us about that emotion. Like, how are you feeling out there? Because I've never seen you so. Yeah, so
I think
emotional.
I think the emotion is based around the team's performance in the recent past, and also what I saw today from the junior players. I saw a lot of intent and a lot of improvement in just a short space of time, and then that goes to show the quality coaches that we've got in the change room. And I think, getting them through that small little phase that you have to go through as a junior player to see what's required of you at this level is big, and they're starting to show those signs. So, it being Boxing Day test matches, a historical day, so being able to get 100 on a day like this is a very big thing. We used to grow up, wake up early in the mornings to watch Boxing Day test matches, and it's finally here at home. So to be able to do that is just wonderful.
Following up on that, it's your fifth test century. How does it feel to lose, especially at home at Queen's Sports Club?
Even better, I think. You know me, I love my family dearly, and they don't miss a thing. And to do that in front of them, and not only that for Bulawayo, I think Bulawayo has cried for a lot of cricket for a long time, and to give them something successful, a day like that for me was huge for Bulawayo cricket in itself and for the fans. And obviously my dad passing away a long time ago, and that's all part of that emotion.
So just you spoke about the coaching staff that is there with you guys. What's the message that's been there to turn around from the white ball series, where pretty much we really had a terrible series, to such positive cricket that we see you guys play?
I think clear plans. Well, I don't think I know. Clear plans. So going into training, coming to a meeting and being absolutely clear on what you need to do, keeping that good ball out but scoring off the bad ball, and that's the intent that we're after from all of us, every single one of us. Every bowler bowls bad balls, but you have to put them away, and you have to be brave enough to be able to try to put them away. So that's where we're at, and I think they're starting to show that, and I'm really happy to see that. And the coaching staff every single one of them are behind it. I mean, it's a very professional coaching staff, and it's one that I've really enjoyed being a part of.
And then we'll talk about the youngsters that you have in your side with 3 debutants. Same question that I asked Craig earlier. As senior players, what's the message that you guys share with them? And when I say not only about the debutants, but also players like Diomaz, still fairly new to Test cricket, and also in his debut. Later we'll see Trevor and Newman. How are you guys handling those new boys in the side?
So it's a very good question, actually, because basically Craig, myself, Raz, we've been around for a long time, and some of those guys haven't. They're new on the block, and it's kind of like going back to grade 1 again as a senior. And it's actually really refreshing as a senior to go back and review all of those things that you used to do in a team meeting, taking notes, doing this thing, analyzing, checking your videos, things like that, that these younger guys, we're encouraging them to do. The coaching staff is encouraging them to do that. And it's amazing that something like that came up, because not long ago I saw notes at my house from 2008. So it works. And we're going to continue to just have them clear minds.
When you reached your century, only 114 balls. Was this intentional, the counter attack, or the bowlers as well as the conditions dictated you out?
I think with that intent approach, that type of approach, you're bound to put the bowlers under pressure. And not only that, the running between the wickets has got to be extremely good. I think just having that intent of running hard, looking for 2, and you show the bowlers that on this type of surface, I feel they're the ones that are feeling the pressure, not you. So you just got to be busy and pick the right ball and defend the right ball. And at times in Test cricket, to have pleasure in your defence sounds insane when you just said that, but I mean, if they can have a little bit more pleasure in their defence going forward, we'll play a lot better cricket.
I'll take you to you being on 124, and it seemed like a bump ball, and then you were given out as cots. Walk us through the emotions of you walking out, not really convinced that you're out, and then being called back that it's no ball. How did you feel?
So I was actually a little bit angry with myself, because as a batsman there, you stand your ground. Even though you've been given out, I feel umpires, you have the right to stand your ground for them to go and check. I didn't do that. I started walking off trusting the umpires. Cool. Even though I knew I wasn't out, but luckily the square leg umpire went across and said, I think we should check this one. And the front foot didn't even get to the bum ball. So, yeah, it's a big emotional turnaround from that point because you work so hard. But now I know that that's the chance gone.
After this reprieve, should we expect a double tomorrow?
I hope so. I hope so.
So with you scoring a century, then 50 from the debutant Ben Khan, another one from Craig Evans. How crucial are these knocks in setting the tone for the rest of the match as well as for the rest of the
I think it's huge. I think that intent and those partnerships going forward, it's amazing. And it's a very good question, that, Dal, because the intent one batsman shows allows the other batsman to score. He ends up benefiting from your intent, and that's what we want in the team. If each guy is doing that and each guy is benefiting from the others, that's exactly what we want going forward in this test match.
And talking of team strategies and 360 before the end of day one, from the strategies that you guys have, is this there or you are half your expectations?
I think we were probably above our expectations there, to be brutally honest with you. I think if you look at it as Queen's wicket and you go back in the past, finger spinners, wrist spinners, there's a very big difference between scoring against both of them. And they showed us today quite a few finger spinners, and that allowed us to be able to show that intent and go, and also keep their main guy out.
Perhaps will you now share the third most centuries? The third most in Zimbabwe cricket. I think you shared the record now with Ramito Masakata. You now also have scored more than 1,200 runs in only 16 test matches, which puts your average up there. What has been your secret to this consistency, especially in the longer format you've done so well?
I think, in the longer format, it is that intent. I think having that intent, and it doesn't start at this a test level. It actually starts at the franchise level, where I try to create my own pressure to be able to play the way I'm going to play at international level. So I will do something at my franchise level where I'm putting myself under pressure, so that I'm constantly training hard. And in a match situation is even better because you have the pressures, you've created them for yourself, and then you grow from that.
Just picking up on that, what Hamilton is saying, and also what you just said in terms of how you have started playing. I'll take you back to years when you started off as a youngster. There was a very aggressive Sean Williams that we saw.
Yeah.
And then you came through, you were subdued, very cautious. Now we see a Sean Williams who comes and plays according to the situation, despite the surrounding or the collapse of wickets. You play differently. What's the change in your approach in your game?
I just want to show the kids that bravery is okay, and you can. That's all I want to do, and I'm playing with them. And I think if I can lead by action and not with my mouth, I think the kids will grow from that very fast. They'll start to do the similar things and start to do the same things off the field as well as on the field, and that for me is probably the best I can do as a senior player, and also keep that discipline and professionalism in place.
Perhaps last but not least, there's been so much talk about the threats that the Afghan bowlers pose. And we saw our struggles in the recent white ball series. What has been the approach, or what is the strategy behind the Afghan attack?
I think, like I said earlier, I think, a leg spinner and a finger spinner on this type of surface is two different bowlers completely. You're probably going to get more out of a wrist spinner on this type of surface compared to a finger spinner. And we worked out, obviously, change guard, you do different things. And small little things make huge differences. And once we had worked out the best ball that he could bowl and we nullified that, well, he was one under pressure.